what do you actually mean by quantum jump, and how can you quantum jump in your reality? It's actually not that complicated as people, make it seem to be. It all boils down and it all goes down to the basics of where quantum physics and manifestation meet. Anything that your mind can think, there is a reality where it is already happening. I had the craziest experience ever, like craziest experience, and I've never had an experience like that before. Your thoughts have an electrical frequency, your feelings have a magnetic frequency. Together they form electromagnetic signature of yours. Why energy is so important? Why are we learning about energy? Why is it all about energy? You cannot expect to shift into a different reality when you're constantly putting out the same signature. If you think that your current reality that you're living right now is the permanent reality that we make it to be, nothing can be further from the truth. Okay? Let's talk about quantum jumping today. I do not know the number of times that I have been asked this question, what a quantum jump actually means, what a quantum leap actually means. And I feel like, oh my God, it's been put out there in such a confusing, twisted manner that my goal with this video for you is to realize that it's very simple. It's not rocket science. You can implement it very easily. So I'm going to break it down in very, very easy terms as to what do you actually mean by quantum jump, and how can you quantum jump in your reality. I recently went through a quantum jump. Now, when I say I went through a quantum jump, I'm talking about like a significant jump, because technically we are quantum jumping every single moment of our life any which way. I'm going to explain to you what that means. But I went through a significant jump where my Instagram page blew up from 30K to right now 86,000 something in like a matter of, so it went from 30K to 80K in a matter of 1.5 week. I know that's crazy. And then it took a little longer to reach 86K. Right now we are at 86K right now, and all of this has happened so quickly. It feels like I jumped realities. I went from a reality where I was at 30K and I jumped into a reality where I am right now at 86K. But the craziest thing is that I shared this with my people on Instagram as well, which if you're not connected with me on, you're missing out on great content. So click below to connect with me on Instagram. I shared this with my Instagram community that I had the craziest experience ever, like craziest experience, and I've never had an experience like that before, where I actually saw a vision of my future in my dreams before it actually happened. Like, no kidding. So, this jump that has happened, the follower jump that's happened on Instagram, I kid you not, 4 days before it actually happened, I had a dream. I had a dream, and in that dream, I saw something 83.4 or 84.4 something. And I saw that. I woke up in the morning and I was like, okay, it was just a dream. I said that to myself. And then 3 days later, in a weird turn of events, this happens. And a few days ago, when my follow count was actually at 83.4 or 84.4 something, I was having this moment where I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I saw in my dream. And this is so crazy. Like, I've never had a dream like this. I've never had an experience like this before. So, literally got a vision of the future, is what I mean. And this also has a lot to do with how I was a receiving match for it in that moment, which let me know if you want a video on that, as to like, how do you even know if you're in the receiving match for something? How do you know that you are at the right frequency in order to attract the things that you want, right? So yeah, that happened, and I want to share with you that it's actually not that complicated as people, make it seem to be. Even like every time I think you hear the word quantum jump and quantum leap, there are like so many questions around it, okay? And I'm going to break it down to you, because it all boils down and it all goes down to the basics of where quantum physics and manifestation meet, okay? So let's first understand the very, very basics of that. I want you to know that we live in a multiverse, okay? If you think that your current reality that you're living right now is the permanent reality that we make it to be, nothing can be further from the truth. Okay? Our reality is 99.9999% energy and only 0.00001% matter, because we are made up of atoms. Atoms are nothing but 99.999% energy and 0.001% matter. Okay, so that makes us to be nothing but energy. All right, we are pure energy. And when I say this, this is a reference point for you, because when anyone and everyone talks about why energy is so important, why are we learning about energy, why is it all about energy when we talk about energy, all the time? This is why. Because energy influences energy. You cannot change your current reality by thinking your way into it via your logical mind, because the moment you start to think by your logical mind, you are now focusing on the 0.0001%. Okay, so think about it this way. We live in a world of energy that is nothing but energy. Okay. And now, what I'm telling you is that scientifically proven, scientifically speaking, we live in a world of multiverses. We live in a world where we have multiple parallel realities playing out side by side. Anything that your mind can comprehend, anything that your mind can think as a desire, that, okay, you know what, like I want this, or I want to experience that, or I want to have that. Anything that your mind can think, there is a reality where it is already happening. And I'm talking, like I said, scientifically speaking, this is how our universe works. Okay. So, this is the reality and this is the universe where we live in, where we think that we need to create something. We actually don't even create anything, because every single thing is already created. Every single thing already exists. When I say this, if you can have a thought, if you can think something, a reality is already playing out right now in the energetic field, in the quantum field, where this is already happening. Now, what do we even mean by the quantum field? Quantum field is nothing but, imagine like a space. Imagine a space that is null and void and empty, and everything exists there at the same time, but nothing exists there in physical form. But everything exists there energetically. Think of it as this space where every single thing that you experience right now, it comes from there. Any thought, any desire, anything that you can think of already exists in this quantum field on an energetic level. Think of it like tiny stars, okay? Like tiny stars, millions and billions of stars in this space, and any single thing that you can think of is already a star in that quantum field, in that space, because in an energetic form it already exists. It's just that it has not shown up in your physical reality yet. That is all. So anytime that we are talking about manifesting a desire, we are talking about, just calling something into a reality and all that, we are basically not talking about creating anything. We are talking about a possibility that already exists in the quantum field. And now our job is to bridge the gap between that energetic reality into this physical reality. Like, how do we take it from the energetic form, turn it into physical reality? That is all that we are doing. To think about it, that is all that we are doing. So now that I'm saying that there are multiple parallel realities and every single thing already exists in the quantum field, and whatever you can think of already exists. Right now, first of all, take a second to pause and just breathe into this moment, because I can tell you, like when I heard about this for the very first time, I literally went like, that is such a relief. Like, that is such a relief to know that whatever I want already exists. Like, I don't have to create anything. Like, I don't have to question whether it can happen or not, because it's already happened. So that really made me feel at ease and very comforted. Now, if multiple parallel realities exists right now, how do we know, which reality do we exist in? How do we know that what reality are we calling in? Now, here is where it gets interesting, okay? Your thoughts have an electrical frequency, your feelings have a magnetic frequency. Together, they form electromagnetic signature of yours. All right. Now, any reality that matches with that electric signature, you are going to jump into that reality. When you feel like you are constantly complaining, you're constantly stressed, your words are the same, your thoughts are the same, your feelings are the same, when you are putting out this energy, you are constantly being a match for the reality where you are living this reality, which is a physical manifestation of all that I just said. These thoughts, these feelings, these emotions, a physical manifestation of this energy. You are a match for that reality and you step into that reality. And what I meant earlier when I said that we're constantly moving through realities is because we are. Let's say right now, the fact that I chose and made a decision to make this video is one reality. If I had chosen not to make this video, that reality also exists. But I chose to step into this through my thoughts, through my words, through my energy that, okay, I want to do this. And I stepped into this. It's not that that could not have happened or that did not exist. It still exists. I just chose this. So, any single moment in time that you are making a choice between two things, staying in bed or waking up, going to the gym, not going to the gym, eating healthy, not eating healthy, going to that meeting, not going to that meeting, all these realities exist, but you are choosing to step into these different realities based on the decisions and the choices that you are making every single moment. And this is exactly why you cannot ever say that you're helpless. Because guess what? You're not. You're literally one choice away. You're one decision away. You're one choice to feel the same things, think the same things, feel the same emotions, speak the same words is what is keeping you in a reality where you are doing all these things. But your conscious choice of thinking different thoughts, feeling different emotions. Let's say you're living in a mindset of lack right now. You're constantly complaining about your bills. You're constantly complaining about how you don't have enough money. You're constantly thinking about how you don't have enough money. You're constantly thinking about how you don't have enough clients and money is just not coming your way. That is what you think about when you wake up. That is how you speak about it to your friends and family. That's how you think about it. That's the last thought that you have when you sleep. Guess what? You are being a magnetic match to a reality where you are living and thriving in lack. Because your electromagnetic signature is just putting that out all the time. But it's not that the reality where you are abundant as hell does not exist. It exists. But your choices of your internal reality, of your thoughts and feelings and emotions are keeping you stuck here. So you cannot expect to shift into a different reality when you're constantly putting out the same signature. Tell me in the comment section if this makes sense. Okay? And that is exactly why you can never be helpless because you're literally one choice away. One choice of thinking an abundant thought, feeling an abundant emotion, making an abundant decision, speaking abundantly. Then you are okay taking a detour and moving towards a reality where that version of you actually is thriving in abundance. Now, why am I explaining to you this? Is because this is exactly what quantum jump is like. It is moving between realities based on the choices and decisions that you are making every single moment in time. So, when I'm saying quantum jump, it's not like only a few people get to experience. Technically, you are always quantum jumping, right? Makes sense? You're always quantum jumping based on the thoughts that you're feeling, based on the emotions that you're emitting. You're always quantum jumping. But when I'm talking about a significant jump, like for example, what happened with like my Instagram page, now that is a big jump. I went from not 30, 40, 50, 60, I went straight from 30 to 80 in a way because it happened so fast, in a matter of a week. And why did that happen? Is because my electromagnetic signature started to turn me into the version who already had 80K, who, let's say, it started to feel normal to my energy, to my nervous system. I started to embody that version of me who was ready for that 80K. I started to walk like her. I started to talk like her. I started to normalize it. I started to act like it's not big deal. I started to show up. Like even when I was showing up, I didn't care if I had 30K. I was showing up as if I had 1 million followers. And that's going to happen soon as well. We're going to come back to this video, as a reference when that happens. But I know it's just a matter of time. But that's what I mean. I had to detach myself from the identity of the version of me who kept telling myself that, oh, I only have 30K. I only have 30K. Why is my following not increasing? Why is this not happening? Why is that not happening? Right? I had to detach myself from that version and come to the version who was like, it's all happening. It's already there. Let me start showing up as if I have a massive following even before it showed up. Let me like talk like that. Let me show up like that. Let me introduce myself to people with my energy like that. Even if I was not saying that I have 80K or something, my energy would do that. Like I started to show up with that confidence and that energy that, yeah, like I have pretty big community or, on those lines. You have to detach and completely kill the version of you that you are being right now if you want to step into a different reality. You cannot step in a different reality, quantum jump in a different reality with the version of you that you're being right now. So that is exactly what it means to quantum jump. Every person is doing it without realizing every moment in time. But if you're talking about a significant jump, then yes, then you need to identify the version of you that you are being. You have to identify the reality you want to step into. I want to identify the version of you that you are being in that reality, and then you want to start showing up as her. You want to start showing up as that version of you before that reality actually happens. There is no way that I could have done this, made the significant jump, if all I was doing was complaining about the following I had, hating the fact that I am not growing, or just like that energy. It had to happen before it actually happened. The moment it starts to happen internally for you, it shows up externally. If you are waiting right now for things to change and then that to change your emotions, it is never going to happen. You're going to keep being stuck where you are. You have to first make the changes here. You have to completely deny what is happening on the outside, and you have to ask yourself, how can I quantum jump into that reality, the reality that I do want for myself? How can I jump into that reality? And there's just one question you have to ask. Like I said, what is the version of me that I'm being? How do I talk? How do I walk? What are the things I say? How do I say it? How do I dress? How do I speak? How do I carry myself? What decisions I make? When you do that, now you are a match for the reality that you want. The fastest way to stay stuck where you are is keep thinking the same things, keep feeling the same emotions, keep complaining about the same stuff, keep stressing about the same stuff. Keep doing it. Nothing's changing. In order for that to change, this has to change. So it's nothing complicated. It is just the way that we move through this universe, through different multiple parallel realities that already exist. And I hope that this brought you peace, this brought you comfort in the knowing that what you want already exists. And any single time that you feel, just like you're outgrowing your current reality, you're outgrowing where you are, the space you are, through maybe your energy, through your mindset, through your decisions, through your habits, it's a sign that something amazing is about to happen for you. You're outgrowing this reality. You're ready for something else. Let me know if this made sense, if this simplified quantum jump for you. Tell me in the comments below. And I love talking about quantum physics any which way. Let me know, when it comes to manifestation and quantum physics, is there something that excites you? And I would love to talk about it. Don't forget to say hi in the comment section. This is Ishpreet K signing off.